Welcome to the Bridge Podcast. Joining us today are Miss Jessica Mendoza, a science teacher at Jehue Middle School, Michael Barajas, a 7th grade student at Jehue Middle School, and Tovah Caffee, an 8th grade student at Kolb Middle School and a recent gold medalist at the San Bernardino, Inyo, and Mono Counties Science and Engineering Fair. Today's conversation highlights excellence in science education, student curiosity, and the hands-on learning experiences that help students develop critical thinking skills and a love for scientific inquiry. Let's get started.
We are so excited to have you here, Ms. Mendoza. I know that you've been teaching in the Rialto Unified School District for 8 years. Tell us a little bit about your teaching philosophy, your love of science, and of course, how it is impacting the students, especially the middle school students in the Rialto Unified School District.
My teaching philosophy is that every single student is absolutely capable, and I feel very lucky to have started my career at Jehue, and I'm still at Jehue. And working with our students has given me the opportunity to do what I'm passionate about, which is learning new skills, breaking it down, and then making it accessible to any student at any level. My main goal is to help students to understand and inspire them, and just to inspire students to believe in themselves and to do their best and give them that confidence. I started my career as a substitute teacher at a high school, and there I saw how important it was to really inspire students at the middle school level so that they become interested in high school and they really are successful and they can go on.
And I know that at Jehue Middle School, you're the science teacher and, of course, the chair. And so you brought some artifacts here, and I'm going to get into it in a minute, but I want to also say hello to Tovah. So Tovah Caffee, you are at Kolb Middle School, and I just want to say congratulations. You have in SIMSEF, which is San Bernardino, Inyo, Mono Science and Engineering Fair, you actually took top honors, which is pretty impressive. And I know, look at that smile. She's like, oh my gosh, I know. But for your macroinvertebrates and surface water quality project, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So my project was on macroinvertebrates, as you've already stated. But I feel like the reason that I chose to do macroinvertebrates was because I've always been really into water. And I had already read that Michigan and Florida had really bad water quality. And so I wanted to check out if our water quality was like their water quality.
So what did you learn? What was the findings?
The findings was that the specific area that I checked out was where our tap water comes from, which is the Santa Ana watershed portion of the Lido Creek. And I mostly found macroinvertebrates like riffle beetles and other types of macroinvertebrates that were mostly from groups 1 because they're split into groups of 4, and that means that the water quality there is really good.
And we know your mom, Juanita Chan. Now, did she drive you to Lido Creek, and then did you sit down, and how long did it take, the process?
I'd have to say that the whole process took maybe around a month before we completely finished it, and yeah, my mom did drive me to the Lido Creek, and she also helped me with some of my science fair project by helping me like disrupt specific areas and holding the bucket that we ended up using.
So Miss Chan wrote in, really challenged you.
Yeah. She really helped.
Oh, good. Okay. And so I want to also say hello to Michael Barajas from Jehue Middle School. And Michael, you and your classmate, Daniel Arita? Mm-hmm. Okay. You took home the bronze medal for your project on an efficient egg gathering system at SIMSEF. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we found that it would be best to do that because he had chickens at home. So if it was hard for him to collect them all. Mm-hmm. So in order to collect them, he wanted to make a system like to gather them. So that's how we came up with our project.
And how long did that take?
At least like 2 months.
And what did you learn?
We learned that the first attempt, we learned that eggs do break like really fast and they stink.
Yes, they do.
And we learned from that, and that's how we got like the finished product.
Okay. Now, thank you. That's interesting. So you've got the egg and understanding that in a scientific way, and it took you 2 months. You went to Lytle Creek, and you had the macro, I'm going to say it, macroinvertebrates.
Yes.
And the surface water quality. So you're looking and comparing that to, and I'm assuming it's also Flint, Michigan, right?
Yes.
Is that where you're looking at? Yeah, because that's been in the news, national headlines as well. So, Ms. Mendoza, when you hear them talking, and these are middle school students, you hear them talking with such passion and depth of knowledge when it comes to science and their projects, and they're taking bronze level, and I know that Tovah is going to the state level. You must be just the proud, peacock saying, wow, these are our students.
Oh, absolutely. I am so proud of them. And when we were first talking about the Science Fair project, I just really encouraged the students to choose a project that they are not going to mind working on it for a few months. I told them you cannot get tired of this project. It has to be something that you're passionate about personally. So when Daniel came to me with the idea, I said, that's amazing. Absolutely. That's the kind of engineering we really need. I used as an example windshield wipers. When those were first engineered, it was a need for that. And I asked them, please look for a project that you can apply to your everyday life. And what a perfect project for them. And it actually worked, and he's currently using it.
And so can you tell me, and I know that you're top scholars winning awards for the science fair and so forth, and the district science fair as well, and you're in different competitions. Can you tell me a little bit about what your career goals are? I know you're in middle school, but you're going to eventually get to high school in the Rialto Unified School District. Possibly, what field are you looking to go into?
I want to be like my cousins and my tia. They went into Cal State San Bernardino University, and they were there when I was presenting my project.
Excellent. So when you say you want to be like them, do you want to get into education, being a scientist? What do you want to do with your career goal?
Education.
Education. What about you, Tovah?
Personally, I really want to be a marine biologist that partners with companies kind of like Esri. And I heard that Redlands University has something that partners with GIS. And someone that my mom knows actually works for Esri. And so for years to come, I really would like to expand on my science fair project. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good. That's a lot. And that's great to be a marine biologist. And so, Ms. Mendoza, you have some artifacts here that you brought. And can you share a little bit about what each of them, how it pertains to maybe the competitions, math and science? So I'm going to give you the floor.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Basically, I brought some things that I have in my classroom because really middle school for me is all about inspiring the students. And so if I can initiate a conversation based on something randomly placed in my room, it's actually strategically placed so that it can start that conversation. Like, for instance, this is my skeleton. Her name is Sherry. And we use her when it comes to ecology and the food web.
Ooh, does she glow in the dark?
No, she doesn't, but her name is...
I know some do.
Oh, I wish she did. And so I just help the students with pronunciations. So, Michael, you ready? Hey, Sherry.
Tertiary.
So then I teach the students through just different little things like that. Here we have our flasks, our Erlenmeyer flasks, our beakers. This is really good for experimentation and chemistry, which the middle school students love chemistry. When we get to our geology portion, or the lithosphere, the study of that, I have some fossils here and also a geode. And when we talk about the uneven distribution of resources, we do get to talk about fossils, so I get to bring out my T-Rex. And of course, the globe is just to show the students where all of these are located so that we can synthesize what we're learning and apply it globally as well.
Excellent. Do you know in the Rialto Unified School District how many different per school year? We have, SIMSEF, we have the district science fair. So there's always opportunities for students outside the classroom to compete. Yes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. At Jehue this year, I co-chair with Miss Chandra Carlson, and we have a club called Mesa. And so we actually were able to participate in the Rube Goldberg competition that's run by Mr. Thompson at Rialto High School. So we competed there this year. Next year, we're hoping to engage more in competitions by participating in the Science Olympiads. So we're really excited about setting that up. The other types of competitions that we do are, in our club, we do have, right now we're currently working working on motorboats. And so the students are applying, they're able to apply what they're learning in 7th grade and in 8th grade to projects that we do in the club and also around campus.
Excellent. Well, I want to first thank you, Jehue Middle School student, and Michael, and you got the bronze medal for the SIMSEF, and also Tovah for being here from Kolb Middle School. So go Cougars and go Jaguars. And you actually are going to the state level, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
So the state science fair was actually on Sunday, so I've already went to it.
You already went to it. Okay.
Sadly,
How was that feeling?
So personally, I really think that all the science fair judges were really nice and they were really immerseful. It was also fun to see just all of the different projects that got in. Sadly, I didn't win.
Actually, you did.
But-
From the Rialto Unified School District, you were the only student that qualified to go to the state. So for us, you're a winner. But go on.
That's true. But personally, I think that the state science fair was very fun. In my personal opinion.
So
and
the experience was positive.
very positive. I also think that most of the people there, if not all of them, because I didn't get to see all the projects, sadly, they were all really nice and they were worded really well and everything was super interesting. And all of the judges were very kind, and so they would talk to you, and if you got a little bit nervous, they'd try to boost up your confidence.
That's great. And so I guess my last two questions will be for both of you. Who inspires you at your school site, at your particular school?
Miss Mendoza,
Miss Mendoza. Who's she?
my science teacher.
Where is she?
Right there.
And tell me why she inspires you so much. Obviously, science is your thing, and you want to get into education because you have family members that went to Cal State San Bernardino, and you want to be somewhere in education, right? But what is it about Mendoza that's so magical?
She just pushes me to go further. She pushed me and Daniel to do our project.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. That's good. And what about you, Tovah?
I personally think that my science teacher, Miss Hernandez, I think that she is the one who inspires me.
At Kolb.
At Kolb, yes. Because she's really helpful, and if you're struggling, then she'll immediately help you. She'll keep teaching, but she will help you afterwards. I think that she's really helpful because she won't let you get stuck. And she has this positive energy about her, kind of. And so, I don't know. I think it's just something about the way that she teaches that's just really helpful with learning.
Excellent. Thank you, Tovah. And thank you. Both of you are recognized locally and in the state, and we appreciate and we wish you so much luck in your future endeavors in the Rialto Unified School District. And thank you, Ms. Mendoza. I want to ask you the last question. What is it about science? If you were to look into the lens and with the viewers that are listening to us, our parents, our students, what can you tell them to engage them more towards science and technology and mathematics? Why is science so important in our lives?
Science is so important because you can understand things to a different level. Like I tell my students, there's a science of everything. There's a science of interviewing. There's a science of recording. There's a science of anything that you want. If you want to analyze it and you want to go further in studying it, absolutely do it. I had students who they made their own makeup remover because they were interested in makeup. And so I said, that's fantastic. Just go for it. Whatever you are interested in, you can find the science in there. Because at the end of the day, if you're interested in it and you're passionate about it, then you definitely want to learn how it works. And that's the science of it.
Innovation.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. And I have a feeling, Tovah and Michael, we're going to be seeing you sometime in the future. So kudos to you with your awards, your science awards, and you have to come back and visit us soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, of course. And thank you for joining us. I'm Saida Joffrey. We'll see you next time on the Bridge Podcast.